There's a kid on my nephew's soccer team that thinks he's a dinosaur, so he's just out there screeching and biting other kids on the field. I love my nephew, but I'm only here to watch Velociraptor. Yeah, I mean, it's not like, you know, children's soccer itself is a very entertaining thing to watch from the standpoint of the sport, you know what I mean? I played soccer when I was probably Velociraptor's age, and there was not a whole lot going on. Besides the fact that I used to wear baseball cleats. What's up, boys? Welcome one, welcome all to another episode of r/kidsarestupid for the month of October. And not only is it October, it's the final day of October. Also, the spookiest day of the year, Halloween. Let me know what you're gonna be for Halloween in the comment section if you actually are dressing up. I was a panda. But just not just any panda, okay? I was a terrifying panda that actually just looked more like a serial killer than an animal, which was not intentional, but, you know, I guess it kind of fit with the theme of the season anyway, so it worked out. Anyway, I don't want to waste too much time. Enjoy the rest of the video, boys. 5-year-old. I have a Mother's Day gift for you. Me. Awesome, buddy. Don't tell me what it is, though, okay? 5-year-old. I won't. It's a magnet. Me. Okay, bud, see, you just told me what it was. 5-year-old. But I didn't tell you about the picture on it. Me. You're right. You're right. I can't wait. 5-year-old. It's a picture of me. He couldn't contain his excitement. I don't blame the guy. That's a real gift giver right there. That guy is in it for the love of the game. When he's older, he's the uncle at Christmas, he's gonna be going crazy on the gifts. I can guarantee it. I can almost tell you 100% right now. There's sibling rivalry, and then there's my 4-year-old daughter faking a phone call from her 1-year-old brother's nursery to tell us that we don't have to collect him today because he's going to live there now, and he won't even miss us. That is crazy. How does a 4-year-old know how to like fake phone calls? Before I knew what a live studio audience was, I thought that the people you hear laughing while watching TV were people in their houses. I would sit very close to the TV and laugh ignorantly loud so that they could hear me too. I wonder how many kids thought this, because I also thought when I was a kid that the laughing in TV shows was people in their homes. I was not like this guy when he was a kid who would just sat there laughing. I was more just sitting there confused as to why everybody thought everything was like the funniest thing in the world, you know? My wife and I were viewing property when on inspection of the view out of the back window I noticed a tube track. I asked whether it was noisy, but the women said that they hardly hear anything. Her little daughter said, "That's not true, Mummy. That's why we are leaving." What is a tube track? British people and their stupid terminology, man. I'm sorry, but like, what is a tube track? Okay, it's literally just a subway system. Guys, yo, British people. What are we doing here, man? A tube track. Yes, the tube. We're gonna take the tubie to the movie. Cried when I was 5 because my sister was pregnant and they told me I was going to be an aunt. And I heard aunt and freaked the hell out. 5 as an aunt, though, is kind of insane. Like, what are you even gonna, you know what I mean? That's crazy. Like, you guys are both gonna grow up together basically as cousins, only a couple years apart, except you're just gonna be this person's aunt. Like, that's insane. That is so strange. Great, my 3-year-old saw me pull a tampon out, and now she's going around saying mommy had a mouse in her butt. My son didn't want to be a tiger or a superhero. He wanted to be a traffic light. Well, you know, I guess that's an easy costume. You know, you don't have to really do anything for that. And he looks absolutely overjoyed. I mean, look at it. Look at his face, dude. The kid is so happy to be a traffic light. We told my 4-year-old I was pregnant, and she was not happy about it. After she cried in her bed, she came downstairs, hands on hips, and asked in the most accusatory tone, "And where exactly is this new baby gonna sleep?" Like we were 2 teens who hadn't thought this pregnancy through. Listen, all right, I get it. She's probably just trying to protect her room because she knows that the cursed shared room might be a possibility. Man, I feel bad for any kids who grew up having to share a room with their sibling, like on a bunk bed or, you know, separate beds but just a small room. Because I feel like the one thing that you really need as a kid growing up is your own space, you know what I mean? Having somebody else in there constantly would just annoy the hell out of me. Watching a documentary on ancient Egypt when my 5-year-old stops in front of the TV, drops her jaw and says, "They wrote on walls? You're not supposed to write on walls." Dude, I used to be the #1 wall writer of all time. My dad let me though sometimes because he would be like replacing the wallpaper and I would be allowed to draw on the wall because he was gonna take the wallpaper down anyway, so it was kind of nice. I got a free pass. My 7-year-old daughter just asked me, "How old were you when you were a kid?" I said, "I was 1, 2, 3, 4, all those ages." And she said, "No, how old were you when you were my age?" I said, 7. And then she proceeded to have a fit. "No, when you were a kid." kid. You can just never win, unfortunately. It's just an endless loop. It goes back and forth forever. You guys ready for a beautiful and heartwarming tale? Once, there was a cat with 16 lives until a 4x4 truck ran over it. The end. Used up all 16 of his lives right there. See, most cats only come with 9. I like how the cat then at the end has 0 limbs at all, just like this little squiggle tail and some beautiful wings. So this is apparently the guy who posted this on Reddit is what he thought he would be doing at 35 when he was 8 years old. So when I'm 35, I'll be married to Courtney, and I'll be an actor or a singer or a brain surgeon. I'll have 35 kids, and each one will have a limo. I'll live in Beverly Hills. I drive a limo, Corvette, convertible, Lamborghini, Ferrari, and Porsche all mixed together. Courtney and I will buy Bermuda and the rainforests. Every summer, I will go to those places. That is I mean, you're setting the bar a little bit high for yourself, honestly, but I'm glad you've got such lofty goals. I have no idea who Courtney is. I'm gonna assume that was his 8-year-old girlfriend, so who knows? You know, he didn't say in the comments whether he actually achieved any of this stuff. For all we know, he might really be married to Courtney, living in Beverly Hills, driving a limo, Corvette, convertible, Lamborghini, Ferrari, and Porsche, all mixed together. I didn't even notice the picture at the top is, I guess, what he's supposed to, what he thinks he's gonna look like. What is even going on? Does he have a bazooka on his back and like a scar on his face and a crazy mustache and insane arms? He just looks like a tree. He refused to let me help him order his food because he's a big boy. Now his ass sitting in the back, mad as hell, with his egg on a hot dog bun with jalapenos and black olives for breakfast. You gon' learn today. That is an interesting combo of food. Up until like age 8, I used to think that everybody and everything in the world stopped until I was in the area. I deadass thought there was literally no movement at all until I came on the scene. I don't know why. This person definitely thinks that they're the main character of the universe. For all you know though, it could be true. For all you guys know watching this video, I actually don't exist, okay? I just post these videos online and I you know, what you see is what you see, but you watching this are the only real person in the entire world. Everything else is fake and not real and doesn't exist when you're not there, okay? You're the only reason anything is even happening around you right now. When I was 10, I told my mostly white class that I was Japanese, and a little white girl raised her hand and said, "You can't say Japanese. You have to say Asian." And everyone agreed. What, even the teacher? The teacher was like, "Yeah, it's true. You're actually not Japanese. There is no such thing as being anything beyond Asian. If you live anywhere in Asia, you're just Asian. Sorry, that's how it rolls around here now." 1 to 10, explaining. Circle the smallest number. Tell or show how you know the answer. He just drew a rainbow. This kid is literally just living in his own little world. He doesn't care about anything. He's like, I don't know, I'll circle that, and I kind of feel like drawing a rainbow right now, so I'm just gonna draw that. Earlier, my daughter asked me if grown-ups ever cry. I sat down with her, hugged her, and explained that grown-ups do cry, and that we feel scared, sad, angry, and everything she feels, and it's fine to feel those things. She then asked me if grown-ups pee. For some reason, when you're a little kid, using the bathroom is like a mystery, like how other people use the bathroom. For some reason, I used to think that girls peed through their butts, which I feel like was a pretty common thing to think. Maybe not. Maybe I was just stupid and insane. Crazy times. My 4-year-old took a bite out of all the muffins to determine his favorite. The verdict, banana nut. They were all banana nuts. Well, at least you know he now likes banana nuts, so you never have to worry about getting any other types of muffins ever. Surely he did this when you weren't around, and he didn't just like, you didn't just sit there and watch him take a bite out of literally every single muffin and then decide that. I feel like this had to be, you know, done in secret. Otherwise, I'm not really sure what you were doing. Yesterday, I said to my kindergartners, "All right, my little noodles," and one of my boys whispered to himself in wonder, "I'm spaghetti?" You just caused him to have an existential crisis. He probably like looked at his hands and he was like in terror. He was like, "Ooh, hold on, spaghetti? I hate spaghetti. What do you mean I'm spaghetti?" Not my kid, but my brother. It was Christmas Eve Mass and he was about 3 or 4. Brother snuck out of his seat, laid down on the priest's feet, and loudly sobbed, "We go home now?" I have never seen my mom so red. The priest just laughed it off and said that that was his cue to stop talking. I honestly can't blame the kid though, man. Growing up Catholic, going to masses and stuff, Christmas Eve mass, luckily my family never really did that. I know that they're like long as hell, and Easter mass, so as a little kid being like 3 or 4, those masses are just, they're torture. They're literally torture. I love working with kids. I'll tell them I like your shirt and they'll reply, thanks. My mom kicked my dad out of the house. Do you have candy? That's kind of sad though, you know what I mean? Like, it is funny, but it's also kind of sad because these kids have nobody to tell these things to, so they just tell the first person that they see. But it doesn't matter because nothing could truly get them down if you have candy, you know what I mean? A good Jolly Rancher will solve all problems. Honestly, that still goes to this day. I would probably be a lot happier if I could just have a Jolly Rancher whenever I wanted one, you know? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching this video, this month's episode of r/kidsarestupid. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, both of which are @DomSoEpic. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Peace, boys.